Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a no contact message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? This is also a new deck that I've been working on behind the scenes, so I'm really excited to see what messages come out for tonight's reading, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. Wow, okay, so the first message that we have here is treat me like you love me. Divine Feminine, you are connected to a very, very bold masculine energy. I'm definitely getting an energy of rules with this card here because the way this energy is coming out, this definitely feels like a demand, okay? A demand coming directly from this masculine to you. It's almost like they're establishing a boundary with you, or this could be a new boundary that they want to set for your connection. So even though you're attached to a really bold, really powerful masculine energy, despite their level of confidence, they're becoming really, really sensitive to the way that you engage them, Divine Feminine. So this is an area of your connection that they want to change. I'm getting really, really intense energy around the communication as well. So you definitely may be the type of feminine energy that keeps this masculine on their toes. But this goes a little bit deeper than the surface. This is speaking to how you make them feel emotionally. And because this masculine has such deep feelings for you, what you say and how you say matters to them. So I don't know what transpired the last time the both of you were together, but whatever it is that you said to them or whatever you did to them, Divine Feminine, it hit them right in the heart space. So much so that from now on, when you talk to them, when you engage them, it's like they want you to do everything like you love them. So for some of you, the energy in this connection is so intense that maybe you didn't even have a verbal exchange. But the tension is so high in this connection right now. For others of you, they feel like the conversations that you have are always layered. So they pick up and they pay attention to everything. So even if there are words that you feel like you can't say or you're not ready to say, they somehow can still feel your energy, or they can pick up on the underlying energy of the conversation. Maybe this is something that you're not even picking up on, Divine Feminine. You may be the type of person who is naturally deep, firm, and assertive when you communicate. But this is definitely an aspect of your connection that has your masculine's undivided attention, and they want it to stop, okay? And it's not because there's something wrong with the way that you communicate. It's because of a sensitivity that they have to you. And the fact that there's a lag in communication, this feeling may be highlighted or even feel more intense at this time. But what's coming through clearly here is that every time they speak to you, or every time you have some type of interaction, whether this is verbal or nonverbal, they never forget what you say, or they never forget what transpires. It stays with them. And instead of them trying to figure out why you express yourself the way you do, they're trying to gauge why they are all of a sudden so sensitive to you. So in this moment, it feels like your person is mentally preparing themselves for some kind of exchange with you. And while they used to allow things to flow and really had no feelings about how the both of you communicate, this has really changed. And this is their new requirement for you. It's like they want to set the tone for your connection. Yeah, this masculine may be in a really vulnerable place in their lives. And whether you know it or not, you have the power to either heighten this or to completely diffuse it. And this is why they want to establish this new rule for your connection. And their energy is coming through very, very firm with this boundary. Okay, it's like they want everything that comes with you to be done with the energy of love, or they don't want it at all. Okay, there's something very cut and dry about this energy coming through with this card here. Let's get the next message. Okay, so the next message that we have here is, I have to watch you. Okay, so Divine Feminine, your masculine has always felt like there was something very mysterious about you, where you kind of have this ability to cloak your energy. So even though you present in a certain way, it's very hard to tell what you're up to. So for the average person, you could really run circles around them if you wanted to. But this masculine knows better. And this is why they're focused on your energy right now. It's almost as if they're sitting back and planning something, but you are the determining factor of their next move. Honestly, it does feel like God has been revealing things to this masculine about you through your actions. And they know that you have this way of navigating your life that's really private. So if someone doesn't know that about you, it's really easy for you to throw people off. But because you are the person of their interest, not only do you tell a story about yourself, but you also tell a story about them. So even though you both are not as close as they would like to be at this time, they definitely feel like they have to keep tabs on you. And this is speaking on the personal aspect of your life and how you carry yourself in your life. This is someone who is kind of dedicated to learning all sides of your nature. And it's only because you've become this soft spot for them. So the things that you do and the way that you speak may be coded in a sense, but it's like they want you to know that they can see beyond all of that. This may even be a masculine that used to be bothered by your mysterious nature, but now it's something that they actually enjoy. It really feels like they enjoy the fact that everyone else around you is kind of oblivious to your true nature. And honestly, I feel like this is also a really key part of their sensitivity. It's like even though you're separate at this time or they don't feel as close to you, they can easily pick up on your energy. So this masculine that you're connected to can even be highly intuitive, because even though you've had moments of distance or moments where you haven't spoken to them as often as you both would like, it's like they can read what's going on in your external world and just compare it to what you're feeling internally. So in case you're wondering how this person is currently viewing you, I'm getting that they are keeping tabs on you. And this is an attempt to keep your energy close to them. But like I mentioned earlier, it feels like they're doing this for a much deeper reason. And the way their energy is coming through, it's like they want to make it clear that if this is not something that they want to do, they feel like it's something that they have to do. Also, this is something that happens with a lot of twin flames. Although you may appear to lead different lives on the surface, you are identical beneath the surface. So if you're wondering why you've been feeling your person's energy close to you, this is why, okay? They're not so much paying attention to what you're doing. Right now, they're more concerned with the intention behind your actions, okay? So this masculine definitely likes to keep your energy close to them, even throughout the distance, okay? Let's get the next message here. So the next message that we have here is, the feelings are mutual. Yeah, I'm getting really clearly that this is a very, very specific message. So you will definitely know if this message is yours or not, okay? But if your person could be 100% honest with you, they are beginning to feel like you haven't been showing up authentically in this connection, okay? Like I said before, I don't know what happened the last time you and this masculine were in each other's presence, but their energy is coming through very, very bold, almost a little strict, okay? Honestly, there's like a really firm undertone to this message. Like they really want to get this message to you, okay? But they really feel like you haven't been showing up authentically in this connection. And this explains their sensitivity to you, Divine Feminine. This also explains why your person is being called to set this boundary with you. Yeah, this message is coming directly from your person's heart space. It's important to them that you know the feelings are mutual in this connection, and that you both know more about one another than you're willing to admit right now. But what's coming through clearly is that this is a connection that doesn't have any secrets. And it's been like this from the very beginning. It feels like God didn't give you both the luxury of entering this connection under any type of false pretenses at all. So whatever your person was carrying when they met you, it was put on blast. And the same for you, Divine Feminine. And at first, maybe the barriers or the external influences that were attached to the both of you didn't matter in the beginning. You both were just hyper focused on one another and really interested in feeling your way through this connection that caught the both of you off guard. But somewhere along your journey, doubt began to creep in and you began to question one another. For some of you, you even began to question God. It's like you went from being 100% sure about one another to holding back emotionally, mentally, and for some of you sexually, okay? That's not for everyone. So Divine Feminine, your person's energy is coming through so intense and firm and so aimed at you because this could be a separation that you initiated. And whether you did this intentionally or unintentionally, meaning that even if you didn't verbally say that you needed time away from this person, I'm getting that your actions came across as if you were okay with things phasing out for a bit. You may even got to a point where you just grew tired of the journey and you only feel this way because you were unsure if the feelings were mutual. Yeah, this is a really, really interesting dynamic that I'm picking up on. But I'm getting specifically that the way God put the both of you together makes you feel things that make you want to run from this person. For some of you, this love that you have for this masculine is slowly turning into fear. And it's almost as if your person is coming through and trying to justify your experience. So this is a masculine that wants you to know that they know exactly how you feel about them because they feel it too, okay? This is a connection where you both are currently mirroring one another on a very, very high level. So the emotional body is really, really active at this time. So even the sensitivities that your masculine are feeling, I feel like you're feeling these as well, Divine Feminine. And it's like your masculine wants you to know that they're aware of what's happening beneath the surface, okay? Wow. Let's get the next message here. Yeah. The next message that we have is, I'm not who you think I am. Divine Feminine, you definitely wrote this masculine off, okay? And there could be many reasons for this, but the energy of this reading is very, very clear. You lit a fire in them by doing this. And it's like the more they're away from you, the more intense their feelings for you grow. I'm also getting that the more this masculine gets to know themselves, the more they've kind of been isolated or in their own world or away from you, the more they really feel like you don't know them at all, okay? This is deep. This is a very, very deep message. This is a side to them that they want to show you, but they know that before they can do that with you, there has to be clear boundaries set up. Because however this connection ended or whatever led up to this no contact period really has this masculine in their feelings about you. So when they say, treat me like you love me, they really mean that. It's deeper than words. It's almost as if everything that you do together from this point on, they wanted to have an undertone of intimacy because there's nothing casual about this connection. Even though you both have kind of allowed your connection to get to this point. So if you're wondering how your person is currently feeling about you, they honestly feel that you're under the impression that they're someone else. And they can tell by the way that you've been interacting with them or the way that you were interacting with them in the recent past. And maybe this wouldn't bother them as much if it was anyone else in the world, but with you, Divine Feminine, it's really getting to them. And this is also why they're watching you, because while away from you, your person has assumed this role of a listener. They're paying way more attention to you than you think. And they're doing this to get a better view of your intentions with them, because they're clear about what they want from you, okay? And they're only doing all of this to get a better view of your intentions for them, because they're clear about what they want from you. And they want to know if the feelings are truly mutual and if this is something that you're ready for. They could also be wondering how you would respond to this side of them that's incredibly sensitive to you, Divine Feminine. So again, I don't know what you did or what you said to this masculine, but it got to them and it hit them right in the heart space. It currently has them looking at your connection in a totally new light and having them kind of wanting to set the tone for the future, starting with how you engage one another. That's really, really important to them, because they know there's definitely a deeper role that you play in their lives. Because just the overall energy of this connection feels really, really divinely orchestrated in a way, okay? But your person is dealing with some heavy emotional sensitivities right now when it comes to you, okay? However you approached them in the past, whatever you said to them, it's very, very clear to them that they were not presenting themselves in a proper way. And it's getting to them. It's almost like they want you to change the way that you're treating them, Divine Feminine, because they've grown really, really sensitive to everything about you, your voice, your input. For some of you, even your eye contact. So even just the thought of them being on the other side of you, the thought of them seeing you again, it really, really has them on edge. Okay, I feel like this may be why they're watching you as well behind the scenes. They could be trying to gauge when they should come towards you. Okay, let's get the next message here. Wow, yeah, this is a very, very specific message. The next message we have is desperately need to see you. Wow, you have this masculine completely on edge. So Divine Feminine, if you've been wondering when you're going to see your person, I feel like this is going to happen sooner than you think. This masculine is desperate to see you at this time. But what's coming through clearly, again, is the specifics. They want it to be in a specific way. And this is not in a bossy way or as if they're trying to control you or the outcomes, but they have been sitting back and allowing things to play out with you. And they can see that this has gotten them nowhere. They also feel like because they've assumed this kind of relaxed role in your connection, that it's changing the way that you view them. So it's almost as if they want to take control of this aspect of your connection. And they want to change this by focusing on the one thing that has kept you both close to one another's energy for this long. And that's the love and nothing else. It's almost as if they realize that this is one of the things that's kind of held your energies together. So that should be the focus. So the way that you treat one another, the way that you talk to one another, just the way that you handle one another and you care for one another from this point out, they want that to be the focus. And this is the reason why all of their energy is on you at this time. It's because of what you represent to them, Divine Feminine. And that's something that they find really, really beautiful about your connection, but also about your nature. So even though this masculine does view you as someone who is mysterious, it's almost as if you have this ability to shift and to be fluid like water. It's like you know exactly what to say, you know exactly who to be, you know exactly what to do to appeal to any situation in this connection. But they also know, or they're also realizing that this is something that you have to use very, very carefully, because your energy is so powerful, Divine Feminine, that it can be used to expand, to grow, or it could be used to constrict or shrink. And your person knows that. They're very, very clear about that. They also know that you being their person of interest, you tell a story about them, a very, very personal story about them. This is also why they're focused on you at this time, because you are connected to them in a much deeper way, okay? And you being their feminine energy, you always reflect back where they are mentally, emotionally, their level of love, but also their level of healing, okay? And maybe they didn't like how your story was beginning to unfold. So they really want to infuse your connection with new energy, with love being the foundation that this new chapter is being built upon, okay? This is a masculine energy who's beginning to kind of take a step in the right direction as it pertains to setting the foundation for your connection. I'm also getting something about the history here, and I feel like this is why the message is coming out so specific. This is a masculine that you have history with, Divine Feminine. And I feel like this is a connection that has been particularly challenging for the both of you. You both have seen probably the light and dark in one another. That's why your person is setting this tone. So I don't know what led up to this separation period, but as your person is kind of drawing closer to your energy, they definitely want a do-over. They want to set the tone for something new. And what's clear here is that these are two souls that clearly love one another. And your person is like, okay, it's time for us to act like it. I feel like that's really the underlying energy of this reading here, okay? Let's get the last message. Yeah. The last message that we have is, I can't focus at night. So this is ending on a really personal note here, okay? And this card here is really tapping into your person's hidden emotions. I'm even getting the image of the Hermit card, okay? Which is so random, but it shows a man walking in the darkness, holding up a light and being guided somewhere. So on a deeper level, your masculine is being initiated, but this is happening in a really discreet way, because anytime there's an emphasis on the nighttime, it indicates that this change is happening by force, okay? Because night is symbolic for the subconscious, and it's very easy to bypass the subconscious mind during the day because there's so many distractions. There's so many ways that your masculine's energy is being pulled, but the nighttime is where the soul speaks. So the fact that your person can't focus, it's clear that there's something happening to them on a soul level, and they're unable to bypass this. This may even be a masculine that has been spiritually bypassing a lot of things in their lives, especially as it pertains to this connection. So all of this is only happening because there's something that's been trying to get their attention about you, and they finally paid attention to it. The number 9 may also be specific or significant to you in some way, but the spiritual meaning of 9 is all about completion, endings, and also initiations. It's a very, very spiritual number. It definitely feels like your masculine is being initiated to explore a lot of things that's been lingering in their subconscious, things that they have been bypassing for whatever reason. A lot of their thoughts about you happen at night, and it happens that way because it's just them and their innermost thoughts. And the fact that I'm getting the image of the Hermit card definitely means that there are higher forces at play. So Divine Feminine, if you notice that your sleep is also interrupted in any way, or that you receive a lot of downloads or messages at night or in your dream state, this is happening because of what your masculine is going through spiritually. But you'll only feel this if you have a really strong energetic bond with your person. For some of you, if any of these messages make it to your dream state, definitely pay attention to what's unfolding, because this could definitely be giving you insight on what's to come in your connection in the near future. Because the way this masculine's energy is coming through, or just the overall energy of this connection, they're definitely planning something. And they're not going into this winging it. They're very firm about setting boundaries, starting with the way that you communicate, the way you bond, and the way you love one another. So there are major shifts happening in this connection. It feels like this is the energy of a masculine who feels like it's time for them to set the tone of this connection. After maybe approaching this from a more relaxed state, maybe you felt like as the feminine, you were the person that was taking the lead for X amount of time. But your person is sitting back and looking at this and realizing that they don't like the way that you were treating them based upon this, okay? So they're changing it. But they're definitely being assisted in doing so, okay? For some of you, this is exactly what you've been waiting for from your person. And honestly, the way your energy is coming through, Divine Feminine, you really didn't plan on breaking no contact at this time. You're in this energy where you're sitting back and you're allowing things to unfold. And I feel like your masculine knows this. And that's why they want to be the one to set the tone. It's really, really important to them, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. Thank you so much for watching, loves. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are a member on Patreon, I will be heading over there to pull 3 more cards just to see what other energy or what other messages come through from your person, okay? Maybe what they have planned for the future, what their next step is. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.